Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I know you missed us.
Yeah. I'm sure you did.
Okay. Alright. Happy Halloween.
Who are you?
Or... I'm Aud. I'm Aud.
Who are you?
And we're
AudandCait. And this is Amber in the corner, but she's not being filmed because our camera died.
Yeah.
Hi. She's just providing funny commentary.
Yeah.
She's the Chrissy Teigen of our podcast. You don't like Chrissy Teigen?
I don't know. What?
She kind of got canceled for like harassing somebody. But that was a while ago.
But you would never do that.
Yeah. I'm drinking a little caramel, what is it? Salted caramel vodka with apple juice. Apple juice?
Apple juice.
Apple cider. So freaking good. I'm legal, so don't even come for me. Aud's drinking apple cider in her cup. I joke. What are we talking about today?
Boy, do we have some spooky stories for you.
Spookalicious.
Spooky stories.
Disclaimer, I love anything spooky. Love it. I'm a spooky girl. Love horror. I love paranormal things. I love anything that's a little weird.
I don't.
I don't know why.
I am the biggest wimp ever.
I used to be such like a sissy. Such a chicken. Such a chicken.
I can't do that stuff. Ever since I went to the haunt in, I think, 8th grade, I can't do scary stuff
See,
anymore.
I never used to be able to get myself to go to the haunt, but I feel like I would love it now.
You should go.
Because
maybe I'll go if you go.
I just like kind of love that stuff.
I had a full-on, that was my first time having a panic attack was there.
I remember that. I remember you telling me about that. Do you want like the legit spooky one or just like the little spooky things?
Let's start off little.
Okay, so I now, don't come for me, but I still live with my mommy and daddy. That was so incredibly cringe. Oh my god. I still live at home. So in my old room, I just moved downstairs. It's like my new little apartment. I am a firm believer, like I was saying, I'm a firm believer like spooky things, like paranormally things, and I'm like really obsessed with Sam and Colby's YouTube channel because they do a lot of like haunted things. And I saw one of their videos that if you have two mirrors like across from each other, it's a dimension. It creates a vortex, like a portal, to like different dimensions. Did you know that? Did you know that?
I've heard about that.
Yeah, so I had two mirrors like across from each other, and I didn't know that until I started watching Sam and Colby. And then I was like, holy shit, I just want to get rid of that. But, so it's actually like insane because weird things were happening in my room, and when I took the vortex out, it stopped.
It stopped?
Yes.
What was happening?
Dead ass. Okay. So one, I used to wear fake eyelashes, so I took my eyelashes off, put them on my black vanity, okay? And I specifically remember putting them there because I thought to myself, why would I put black eyelashes on a black vanity? I'm gonna forget they're there, and I'm gonna open my desk up, and they're gonna I'm gonna lose them. I go out into the kitchen, whenever I come back, they're not there. The lashes have literally moved from my vanity to my dresser. I'm literally not kidding you.
Ew.
And my dresser's brown.
I don't
from my
like
old
that.
dresser. So, because I remember thinking to myself, I literally distinctly remember putting it on my black vanity because I thought I shouldn't be doing that, but I did it.
But yeah.
I freaked the fuck out. I was terrified, and my dad was like, it's a funny ghost. I'm like, whatever, he didn't believe me.
That's freaky.
I would have ran.
That's freaky.
So that was...
Or I would have thought I'm crazy. Like, I would have thought I'm going crazy.
Me too.
Yeah, so that was one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's spooky ooky.
And then, like, just like little things like my TV would stop working. My TV was the only TV in the house that wouldn't work. Like my smart TV, whatever. Like I would turn Netflix on.
That damn portal.
That's what I'm saying. And then something else happened. Oh, like a book would fall from my bookshelf randomly. And my bookshelf is like completely level. Like, and there's like no force or like wind or anything to knock things down. A book fell from my bookshelf. It was I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. And I was like, this is a sign that I gotta like spread my wings and fly because it fell from my bookshelf. But yeah, and then once I took the mirror out, my TV started to work, and nothing strange happened to me.
That's really that's
Yeah.
spooky.
I know.
Oh my god.
But I think he followed me downstairs.
I was just gonna say, have you had anything happen in like your new room?
How do you know it's a man?
Yeah. I'm just.
Do you just feel it?
I just think
You
it's
get the
man.
vibes.
Because I don't really like.
Mine's
men.
a woman. A woman.
A woman.
A woman.
You go. I've been talking too much. You go.
I haven't had much happen, but there are a couple things that's happened in my house now, and like, cause our house is old. It's old, right, Amber? How old? 50s, 60s.
Mhm.
And so there's a possibility that's
The
haunted.
Maynard house.
Yeah, the one that we're in now.
Mhm.
And it's a house that our dad bought and redid, and now we live in it. And I'll wake up a couple times, and I'll feel like it's always 3 a.m. too when I wake up, which I don't know
The
why.
witching hour.
Yeah, it's always.
Did you
has
know
to be.
that?
I did, and it's 3:33. One time I woke up and I was like, I'm not looking up because I know something's gonna happen. Because but there's
Thank you
been a
for
couple
checking, though.
times I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and you know when you just feel like somebody's like
Mhm.
like you can feel eyes on you. That's the kind of feeling I got. And then of course I look at the time and it's always 3 o'clock. But when I do, the first time I was like, I don't know what's going on. I feel really weird right now. And I look up and I saw, to be fair, I was like half asleep, okay? But I saw a lady standing at the end of my bed with full black curly long hair, just looking at me. And I looked down, looked back, and she was gone.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, and that I couldn't go back to
That's-
sleep the rest of the
that's
night. Because I was
terrifying.
like, I don't know anybody with black curly hair, and I was like, did someone break into our house? But then I was like, I would have heard.
Like when Lexi saw the ghost in Mackinac.
That's what we were. I know. I said we have to
We
talk
were gonna
about
talk
that.
about that one next.
Oh, that's insane.
I know, but then there's been a couple of other times where 3 a.m. again, I'll hear footsteps outside of my door.
Was your dad getting a midnight snack?
I've thought about that, but then you can always hear his door opening.
Oh.
And also, I'll be
True.
home alone sometimes in my room. And this one time, I was literally just watching Keen and JC,
As you
and the door, it kind of like someone hit it and it like opened.
Sorry.
I think the caramel like collects at the bottom. It's kind of gross.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's my dad.
But there's a couple times, not a couple, it only happened once, where the door like literally like it looked like it got hit open, and I didn't hear anything. It just like opened, and then I was like, maybe Luna's in here, but she wasn't. I don't know. It's just an old house, and there's weird creaks and things like that happen.
We need to rewind to the fact that you saw somebody standing at the
Yeah,
foot of your
no,
bed.
I don't like to think about that because it was actually horrifying. Like I look and I was like, no, and I look back and she was gone. So I was like,
That's insane.
I did not.
Like when people say things to me like that, like I believe them.
Yeah, I literally because I was like, who am I seeing? I'm like, I've never seen this
do you
lady in
believe
my
that,
life.
Amber?
Yeah, especially after seeing Lexi. After she saw
And because
something.
of how old our house is, I'm like, this makes so much sense.
You guys gotta tell Lexi's story.
Okay. We went to Mackinac Island, which is like an island in Michigan. Not that people are from that, you know.
Michigan.
And
Oh my god, I wonder who won. Michigan or Michigan State? That was today.
Oh, that was today?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't care.
Me either.
So you're in Mackinac Island.
Mackinac Island, which is very haunted, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Like-
it is.
I don't even like going there because the vibes are just.
No, it's like notoriously haunted.
And every building
Sam
there.
and Colby, you want to go there
old
and
as
like
hell.
let us know?
Yeah. Oh my
They
god. We'll come
should
with
stay in
you.
the hotel we stayed in.
Yeah, it's called the
Beats
social
me, but
house or
it's-
something.
No, that's the restaurant downtown.
No, there's another one.
Oh.
We stayed in the social something, wasn't it?
I'll look it up.
Yeah,
it's like
look
one of
it
the
up.
most haunted ones.
Yeah.
Did you know
We
that
did
prior
not
to
know that
going in?
going into
Yeah, we
that.
did.
I didn't.
There's pictures in the hallway.
Oh well, I didn't pay
That's-
attention.
That's the creepy part. Cause
Yeah.
then,
Okay, we'll get there. So we get there and the hotel's like very pretty and everything. Like it looks like
It's all like old
the
fashioned.
Titanic, like the
Yeah,
vibes.
it's all the whole Mackinac Island's like all like old
Yeah.
fashioned.
We get to our hotel room, we do all the Mackinac things, and then we go to bed. So we go to bed, and it was about like what 2 a.m,
I don't even know.
and I could not fall asleep, and I was just like laying there awake, and I finally fell asleep, but got woken up by Amber going like. In the bed. I'm like, which then made me start going.
Okay, if you can't see, if you're not watching, then she's literally convulsing right
Well,
now.
that's because Lexi sat straight
She
up in bed and points. She fucking points to the corner of the room.
So Amber starts.
So I freak out and I say, "What?"
So then what?
And I cover myself with my sheets.
I wake up, I see sleep.
I'm like, Mom, how can we?
Angie cannot be bothered. Angie could not be
How
bothered.
can we when Jim is sitting over
Yeah,
there?
Jim's saying hi at 2 a.m.
She's like, he has the cowboy hat on.
yeah,
And
she's like, has the cowboy hat. He's
standing
staring at
in
me
the corner. And we were like, what? And so Mom gets up and turns the lights on, and then there's no one there.
There's no one.
And then Lexi goes, oh my god, like she was just like, she was so like,
She was literally in
couldn't even
shock.
move, yeah.
Like just sitting up and like.
And I was freaked the fuck out. I was underneath those fucking covers.
And then when I got under the covers, I was like, can we come out now?
Yeah, literally. And so then we slept with the light on because we weren't fucking turning that shit off again.
But we woke up the next morning and went out to like do shit, and Lexi goes, "That's the man." Like she sees a picture of the man in the hallway outside of our room.
Yeah,
Literally the door outside of our door.
She like points. She goes, "Oh my god, that's the guy that was in our room last night."
And all of us were like,
what was it a picture of? Just
old like people from back in the
like
day.
an old-fashioned photo?
I think it was like that like worked in the hotel or something
But
or owned
then-
the hotel.
we had Lexi. We were out to breakfast. We had her draw a picture of the man that she saw, and it was identical. Like
Yeah.
it
How
was,
could you guys go
I have
back
a picture
to
of the
sleep?
drawing. I can send you.
Oh,
maybe
maybe
I'll find
Oh
it.
yeah, she drew the picture and then we
And
saw
then,
the picture.
yeah,
in
no,
the
she
hallway.
drew the
That's
picture.
insane.
Then we went back into our room and she
That's
goes,
when she
that's
saw the
literally
picture.
the man that I saw.
And then she's like, oh my, and we compared the pictures and it was like
Mhm.
freaking creepy. Not that she's like an artist, but like,
but like it was accurate.
This
Yeah,
sounds
it
like a
was
Sam and Colby episode. Like I'm not even joking.
And I just remember I wouldn't shower the rest of the time that we were there because
How
I
did
didn't
you
want to
guys
be in the room
How did you guys
alone.
go back to sleep?
because the lights were on.
And me and Amber literally were like this to each other.
And
like,
Lisa was mad because we were like kicking in the fucking bed and
yeah,
shit.
we shared a bed with Alyssa too. 2019.
Oh my god, that is so crazy.
Oh my god.
So that was Alyssa's old house was creepy as crap. Like she has like PTSD from that house.
seriously?
Oh, that house was awful. Like
Why?
because like there'd be like kid handprints on their windows like from the inside. One of the guys that lived there had this like really big dresser in his room, and in the middle of the night one night it fell over, like the big ass
Wait.
heavy dresser.
She had male roommates?
I think he was the only guy, and there was
Ew.
a bunch of girls. And then Alyssa would hear opera singing when she was in the shower,
No.
and she'd be home alone.
No.
And so she'd turn the shower off, she'd be like, guys, like, are you home? She was home alone.
No.
Yeah, it was all. And then I had to sleep there one night, and I was like, you won't catch me messing with no ghost.
It's always at night when the scary stuff happens.
Yeah, it's never in the daytime.
Mine was during the day.
That's too easy.
for what?
Beth was during the day.
Oh.
Oh, well, tell your story.
She's not dead, though.
This not to be dead.
Everyone thinks she is, but she's not.
Okay.
I believe in
That's
Beth.
okay.
Everyone thinks she's
Tell your
dead.
story.
One of my old boyfriends was living here at the time, and he was upstairs and, like, working.
I'm sorry, who?
And
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, one of them. And someone.
Jake
And we.
Why do I remember his name?
It's a very specific. I mean,
very funny.
I'll blur that out.
yeah. And I pulled up to the house, and there was this lady up by our door and like walking around my house, and I like pulled up and I rolled my window down just a little bit because it was like during COVID, like it was prime
Yeah.
COVID time, and I was like, don't breathe on me. And I just OCD, like don't touch me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hi, can I help you? And she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, I just felt like I needed to come up to this house. She was like, like this house was calling me, and she's like, I needed to come up here and like come inside. And I was like, you can't. I was like, you can't come inside. I was like, this is my house. Like, no. And she was like, oh, she's like, I don't know. She's like, something called me here. She's like, something called me here. And I was like,
That's insane.
great. I was like, no. And so I was like, that's awesome. Like, have a great day. Like, and she looked mad out. Like, her face was all like
Oh,
messed
yeah.
up. And so so like I came upstairs and I like ran upstairs and I was like, oh my god, Tom. I was like, dude, I was like, this girl.
Wait,
like-
so he was home?
Yeah, he was upstairs. I was like, this girl, just was in our house, like up on the driveway, like trying to get into our house, like at our front door. And I was like, go see if you can find her, like see where she went. And I was like looking out the window and I couldn't find her anywhere. And I fucking ran in. So she still would have been like in the vicinity.
Yeah.
And so Tom came downstairs and he was like, dude, there's nobody here. And we like ran down to the road to look both ways down. And I was like, it literally was like
There's
30
no way
seconds.
she could have been that.
Yeah, it was like 30 seconds. And I was like, she has to be around. And we couldn't find her anywhere. And so then we went to bed that night. And my bedroom was in where the living room is now. And we were like laying in bed and we like fell asleep. And I like woke up. I don't even know what time it was. I didn't look at the clock. And I heard this like rolling like on the ground upstairs, like
no.
above us. And I'm on the top floor and above the ground. And I was like,
Wait,
oh.
you have an attic or something?
There's an attic, but there's not like a floor to
never
the
been in
attic.
it.
There's not a floor. Like my dad said, it's just like boards across.
Okay.
And
Like
like
plywood or
insulation.
something?
Yeah, like there's no floor. And because I asked my dad about it, I was like, I heard like something was like rolling, like I don't know if something fell.
Like
And
a
he
bowling
goes,
ball or like.
it sounded like something like that. And I was like, I don't know if something fell. And he goes, dude, he's like, there's no floor up there. He's like, it's literally just like insulation. And I was like,
Nah.
there was something rolling. And then ever since I freaking saw her, dude, things get moved around upstairs all the time. I don't know. I think she's a real person and she's just living in my attic, but everyone else thinks she's haunting
We
it.
love Beth though.
Yeah.
She's always welcome.
Like you'll hear things in there and you'll be like, oh, it's just Beth. You know, like I'll like put like my like a water bottle like somewhere and it like moves and it's just Beth.
We're preparing ourselves for the day she actually comes out.
Yeah. And like snacks, like I'll be like, I know I had more snacks than that, right? And I'm like, Beth must have got hungry because like I don't have as many, you know, like.
Wait, so how do you get into your attic?
There is in my bedroom closet now. There, if you go the closet, you can like. There's like a door.
So she could easily get out of it?
Yeah.
You never once thought to put a lock on the door?
No.
Yeah, you probably.
I don't want to make her mad.
Let her die out there, bro.
I want her to come freely. I just don't like when I hear things rolling.
If I see Beth, it's on site.
You don't want to see that. She was rough looking. Like,
Do you think if you saw her again, you would know?
oh, for sure. She's like burned in my memory. For
That's
sure.
scary.
Only
That's
because it was
insane.
freaky because she was like at my front door. Like,
Yeah.
and she's like, I was called to this house. Like, girl, you ain't called to this house.
Yeah.
We ain't got no home phone. No one called you. You know what I mean? No.
That's crazy.
Isn't that weird though? That's Beth.
Yeah,
That's my
that
story.
is really
Okay, I'm not sleeping tonight.
She just feels like a Beth. I named her Beth right when I met her. I don't know her name though.
Right when we met, it was
Right
Beth
when we
at
met.
first sight.
Beth at first sight.
Beth at first. You
Have
should
you ever
have Dad go
checked?
up there, dude.
Have I ever checked? No, I don't know how to get up there.
You should
Like
have
I don't
Dad.
know. I don't know what happens when you lift that door.
Like, oh my god, imagine like you went up there and there's like a bed.
Dude, that's what I'm
Like, if
saying.
There's like
sleeping bag.
snacks.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
You're missing
Am I
stuff.
missing snacks? I know.
I would
That's my
think.
story of Beth.
Yeah.
Believe
Beth,
it or not,
we're
I
gonna
don't
kill
care.
you.
No, do not anger her.
What'd you say? That's my weird story.
I have a very strange story. Okay, so when I was little, we had these two family friends, okay?
Okay.
And I'm only gonna say their race because it's important. They were these two black women. Is this ringing a bell to either of you?
No.
And
Your grandma?
no, it was not my grandma. Oh, and they were twins. Okay, so very.
Wait, you know them? These are like friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very distinct. Like you would like, and especially like where I live, there's not much diversity. You know, I live in a very rural town, like
Right.
dominantly like white town. Like
Yeah, with the
unfortunately, very like whatever. It's just the cards that I was dealt. I'm trying to just cut me some slack. Anyway.
We're trying to get out.
Anyway, so they would come over and like play games with us, like board games.
How old were you?
Like 6 or 7.
Okay, I'm just trying to like
Okay.
pay the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they would play like game nights with us and stuff. And I remember one night they came over at like 11 o'clock at night, and everybody was in bed sleeping. And I remember watching their minivan pull into the driveway out of my.
Wait, why do I kind of?
I've probably told you this story before. And this was when I was afraid to sleep alone, so I would sleep in my sister's room with her. There might be a reason to that. I don't know. But so I remember watching the minivan pull in. They come inside the house.
Did they have a
Everyone's
key?
sleeping?
Oh, everyone's sleeping.
How'd they get in?
I don't know.
I can't like it.
And they come in and they said, "Hey, Caitlin, do you want to play some games?" And I was like, "No, I'm sorry." And I wasn't scared because like they were our friends. I was like, "No, I'm sleeping right now. Like I'm it's like bedtime."
Bye. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, go to
it's
bed.
bedtime.
Mom,
Like,
you
and they're
sleep.
like, "Okay, we'll see you later." And then they left. And then since then, like they never came over again. Like never heard from them ever again. And I kind of forgot about it. And then
You didn't ask your mom the next day, like, hey,
I might have. I don't remember.
Susie and Lou were over last night.
Susie and Lou.
Like,
And so then I remember, maybe when I was like 15 or something, so years and years later, I was like, we were just like sitting like as a family, like hanging out, whatever. I was like to my mom and dad, I was like, do you guys remember those two black women the twins that we were friends with, we would always have game night with? And they looked at me and they said, we don't know two black twins.
who the hell were you having game night with?
And I looked at them and I said, why are you joking? Like, I'm genuinely trying to figure the story out. They're like, Katie, we don't know them. We don't know who you're talking about. We never had game night with anybody. We've never had a game night with family friends. And to this day, if I saw them on the street, I would know who they are. Like,
who would play games with you? Like,
I don't know.
You and them?
I don't know. No, like our family. Like, we would have game nights with these
Like, you
people.
remember sitting around with your mom and dad and Carly?
No. That's the weird thing. I know who they are from game nights, but I don't remember the game
The
nights.
actual game nights.
Yes,
Okay.
I just remember them coming into my room.
And then they just showed up one night at 11.
Yeah. And when my mom and dad told me that was, like, that never happened, I was genuinely, like, getting so upset and so heated because I was like, why are you guys trying to tell me that, like, I'm lying?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this happened to me, and you're literally telling me that I'm lying.
Yeah.
And to this day, they still think that I'm, like, insane, but I
think they were, like, in your dream?
I don't
like,
know if I hallucinated them, if I, like, made up this whole story, if I was them in a past life. I don't
That's
know.
really scary.
Girl, that could be. I was a fish in my past life.
Yeah,
so.
Amber found her past life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That really could be. I totally believe in reincarnation.
I don't know.
No, that's actually scary.
Isn't that insane?
Ew! What?
Because they could have been your imaginary friend, but you totally thought that they were...
No, they're real. They're my Beth.
Girl, I get it. Don't anybody ever tell you that they're not real.
They're my Beth. Like, genuinely, they're my Beth. I don't know their names.
Respect.
But I would know them if I saw
That's
them.
insane.
I don't know Beth's name. I just named them. So
Like,
name
if,
her.
like, grown up, you'd be able to pick them out.
I think, like, sometimes I'm, like, wishing I would see them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you will someday.
Well, yeah, because, like, you have to know if it was...
Like, hey.
Do you
Like,
remember me?
remember me?
We played Trouble.
I'm just kidding. You guys will kick ass.
You guys beat my ass all the time. They weren't, like, malicious or anything.
Oh my
Unless
god.
it was a lot of trauma and I blocked it out. I don't remember.
That's...
You're next.
Oh god.
Top
I
that.
don't think I can top that. I don't even know
Biatch.
if I have anything else to talk about.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I can't get
Yeah.
over that.
Yeah, it was insane.
What
Because
if
they
it's
came over at
What if they're
11?
like an omen? You know, like that, like came to
What
you.
if it's like, yeah, the universe sent
Yeah,
them
it was
you...
like a sign for like
Yeah.
what though? But like for what?
I don't know.
To warn me that I was gonna do absolutely nothing with my life? Like
Stop it. You are doing fine.
I'm doing a podcast.
You're thriving with yourself and your life. Stop it.
that.
Yeah.
Amber, what's happened to us that's kind of crazy? I'm always with Amber, so I have to ask her, like, what happens.
We
And
are
I tell her,
together quite frequently. I want to know who they are.
I do too.
Like, I want to know their story. I want to know if, like, that's you in another life or...
Right?
Yeah. Mine wasn't that cool. I was just a fish in my past life.
I don't know what I was in my past life.
We went at Charlie's? Like, when, like, things fly off the... Charlie's is
I was
haunted.
in the basement one night. Okay, our work it's haunted.
One of our cooks... When I was younger, one
My
of our
work is
cooks
haunted
died.
too.
Really?
My work used to be an old horse stable in like the 1800s.
That's cool.
Ours was a biker bar.
For real? I don't like going into the basement alone unless I absolutely have to, because like the walk-in is in the way back of the basement, and like
It looks like a dungeon.
nobody could hear you if you yell. Like nobody.
It's a dungeon now.
I remember you took me down there one time. I don't know why.
I'll be in the freezer because that's where like the lettuce and stuff is, and
The lettuce.
I'll go get some letty and I'll get the letty
And Liddy with the Liddy.
and I'll hear like talking, and I'm like, okay, Aunt Charlie, like it's gotta be Aunt Charlie, but
Aunt Charlie's
it's not a man's voice. Like I just hear talking, and I'm like, okay, but there's people upstairs, but it sounds way too clear to be upstairs, and then I'm like, I'm running, so I run up the stairs
Dude,
every
it is
time.
haunted.
It's horrifying.
Things will fall in the kitchen, like across the room, like they'll fly across the room. Like pans, pots, like spatulas.
And the amount of times that dishes just like break, like
Yeah.
I literally that bus tub that fell last week.
Yeah.
I touched it once, walked
The what?
away, and it fell.
Yeah.
What?
A bus tub. That's what we put
I
all
was
the
putting the
dishes in.
trash like off of a plate into the the trash can, and it fucking fell on me. It literally
And the whole
fell.
restaurant went silent.
Yeah,
and
and I was
looked at
like,
her.
That's so embarrassing.
I had to hold my breath, but thank God Charlie and Jean Ann were right there, and Charlie runs up to me. He's like,
I got you. Dude, I know. I was like, no one be looking.
Literally,
I was
he
like,
goes-
everyone chill.
He goes, don't look back, everybody's looking.
Yeah, up in the bar. I was like, probably not, guys. I was like, this way.
I would have had a panic attack.
Literally. Anyways, that's my story. Not much. I don't really. If I get bad vibes from something, I run. I don't like to be. Someone's looking at me, run.
Someone.
Anyone, run.
Anybody looking at me?
Run.
Run.
Talk to me, run.
Minor
You
inconvenience?
breathe by me,
Run.
run.
You breathe next to me?
Run.
That one I agree.
Fast. Thanks for watching.
AudandCait, follow us on all this shit.
And this has been. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I'm sorry, what?
We'll see you next
I'm not gonna try to do
week.
that.
What?
AudandCait?
Oh yeah.
AudandCait plus
Wait.
Cait.
AudandCait plus
This
we're gonna
has
adopt.
been AudandCait.
Okay, Ellen DeGeneres, what are you doing?
Stop! No, we're not doing